Hi, everybody. Psalmist David here with another fresh bread and inspiration and then some music. This time we're in the key of G, so we'll have some fun in that. Fun there a little bit later, but the thought for today is a Hebrew Kabbalah principle called Tzim Tzum, and that's spelled Tzim Tzum. And what it has to do with is the infinite of God becoming or leaving room for the finiteness of man. It's an interesting little thing, but my little title is Always Pray. And Paul tells us in the New Testament, pray without ceasing. So I want to give you another reason to pray without ceasing. You might think, well, it's to get out of trouble, difficulty, get needs met, and so on. Pray for covering and all those kind of things. But I have a totally different view with it, called this Tzim Tzum. So Kabbalah is a mystical Jewish line of thought, and these guys, these sages of old, would think on things like creation. How does God function? How does the infinite God create something finite? Because everything about God is infinite. So how does God create finite? And so one of them came up with this theory, really it is, that God limited his infiniteness, if I could say that, to be finite. And one of the reasons is that he gives room for us to then work with him. So we are very finite beings, and our whole world, there's a start, there's an end to it. Matter, well, energy lives on, but matter dies off. But the point is that the infinite God created something finite and left room for us. So one way of explaining this is the donut principle. So there's a hole. So you have a donut, the flesh isn't flesh, it's dough. I'm tired. The dough part of it, and then there's a hole in the center, and the concept is that that hole is for us to fill. So God creates things, but withholds some of his infiniteness to leave room for our finiteness to fill the gaps. God likes working with us, and we don't know why, but he just does it. Adam in the garden. Why would God put him in the garden and tell him tend to things and fix things? I mean, God could just say it and it's done. Why would God need Adam to name the animals? Because God wanted to have the input of a free thinking person that God had created. God likes working with you and then watching to see how you function. So he gives you all the tools, and he is there with you, but he wants you to function. And so that is the reason why I'm telling you we need to pray. Because God gives us space and God gives us room to make our choices and to come up with things and innovate. God gives us all of the brain power. But then he says, I want to see what you can do. And then what we need to do is pray. God, I think we have an opportunity here. What do you think I should do here? Oh, and that's like a father with a 3-year-old. Daddy, let's go build something. And the father knows full well the child can't build anything, but just the fun of being there and in the workshop, and you have the wood and you're cutting out something with the saw and you're nailing something and shaping it into something. I mean, just the fellowship. So God likes that. So what I'm telling you is pray today. God, I have choices to make. I have something new coming up and so on, and I really want it to come off well. How do you think I should go about this? And God will just drop little thoughts and ideas. He's going to tell you. He's not going to do it for you. And a lot of examples. David. So God gave Moses the full blueprints for the tabernacle of Moses, but David decided on his own that he was going to have this space where 24/7, around the clock, there would be worship. And he had it near the city that he felt God was going to make the capital city, Jerusalem. And he just set it up. And he did not take the Ark of the Covenant back to the place that it was supposed to be taken. He put it in a new tabernacle that he created. And guess what? God said, wow, good idea. And God blessed it. God isn't a control freak. God leaves room for us to create and innovate with him. And so that is a good reason to pray. God, help me to be the innovator that will please you, that will make you happy, because it will be done with a touch of infiniteness in it. Go ahead and do great things today and keep praying. Yeah, God, you are infinite, and I am so finite, oh God, but teach me. I need your wisdom. I need your wisdom. God, visit me. I wanna do it right. I wanna do a good job, oh God. Good job. To hear you say, well done. Work with me. I'll work with you. Tzim Tzum. Work with God. Have a great one.